Wake up, Belfast. This is Chris in the Window. It's Wednesday, June 26, 8 a.m., a bright sunny morning. I'll start off the morning with memories of an island time from last week, and here's Tiger Saw.
I'm Chris Battaglia. I'm a multimedia producer. I live in Belfast, Maine. I'm from Los Angeles, California, unfortunately. What I'm trying to figure out always is how to be in relationship with community and place and people. I'm just someone who always has special projects, and this is one of them. Have you seen the show Northern Exposure? It feels like that something really valuable there in the conceit of having someone ever present on the radio, or at least in a big picture frame window like this one, that you can see them and hear them, or see or hear. For me, if I hear a little bit of audio background from the street on which I'm situated, it doesn't bother me. In fact, maybe it makes it better. So the name Torchlight is from the phrase spearing sturgeon by torchlight, which is one of the accepted translations of Passagassawake, which is the river that Belfast is on. What does it mean? Oh, spearing sturgeon by torchlight. It's so evocative. I want to just like shed light on musicians and like singer-songwriters. Can we spotlight or, put a torchlight on these folks?
Okay, up next is a song by Hour, who just played on Friday at the Banks Garage in Liberty.
But I still also want to have a radio show on the local low-power radio station, Belfast Community Radio, and I want to invite people in off of the street.
Hello to Dylan Matrano and the gang out there, and to Dylan Earl, who I heard is coming back to Maine with Tiger Saw. Maybe we missed them. Did they already come back?
I probably could have done this in a co-working space. I could have operated out of my house, but it wouldn't have done the same thing as like when people barge in appropriately off the street and saying like, what's going on in here? And for the first 6 months, people did.
Hello, hello, hello.
And maybe it's just more of a social experiment, but I feel like I need to be in community in this way, in like a public facing way. I get to like share my ideas with people who come in off the street, and they seem to get it.
That's off the 2024 album, Ease the Work. This is Island Time.
It's a little bit selfish, isn't it, too, to kind of just pick what you want to do and just try and do it all the time. That's probably the most selfish place, whenever I'm most selfish, is that, probably. I try to be less selfish, and I try to be more in community. I think everything I do is also bigger and greater, more community focused and more social focused, so maybe that's also it. Like, it's all for the greater good of, like, the people around me. And I feel like I'm always sort of operating this dual plane of like, yeah, what's good for me, what's good for work, what's good for income, what's good for this project, and how does that serve everyone else? Internally, in my own body, I actually feel like I'm more accountable to my work, and maybe to the community, but definitely to my work. If you look in here, if you're a passerby, and you look in off the street, and I'm like on my phone, or if I'm zoning out or something, like I don't want to be zoning out in public, and I feel like at home it's so easy to just run into the kitchen, grab a snack, or like dawdle for a bit. I'm on, for better or for worse, all that I'm in the window. So it's not a performance, but it does help me stay honest. This place demands a lot of you when people know all your shit. People can see me in the window at any given moment that I'm here, and they know what work I'm up to, and they can they're 1 degree separated from my client or from like someone who I've worked for. I throw a lot of stuff against the wall. And this is actually the thing that is probably sticking the most and sticking the best. Being able to be in front of the community, it's definitely like a small version of a dream and a vision come true, and maybe it's at the beginning stages of that, but I throw a lot of shit at the wall.